Maailman paras kesäolut turmiokatinen diskoapa on nyt kaupoissa. Jos ei ole, niin sano, että soittaa Isokallan panimolle.
Hello there, this is Timo Kotipelto from Stratovarius and you guys are watching Chaos TV! Wah!
Okay, so day number 2 here at John Smith Rock Festival, and today we have the pleasure to talk with Mr. Timo Kotipelto from Stratovarius. So first off, hello and welcome to Chaos TV once again.
Thanks for having me.
So in general, how's the summer been for you and the band?
It's been kind of busy. First of all, I was like 6 weeks in Latin America with Jani Liimatani doing duo shows, and then when I came back, then I've been building my own studio with the help from Matias Kupiainen, our guitar player, and then we've been recording 3 completely new songs for the special album, which will come out somewhere in September, October. I'm not sure about the date yet. So it's been super busy so far. So I think after this tonight's show, I'm gonna have like 1.5 weeks, hopefully off totally.
Okay, some time to relax as well.
Yeah, and I still need to fix little things in the studio and maybe compose, but basically I'd like to relax and do nothing with music.
Okay, so as you said, you did like 6 weeks of those duo shows. So what kind of like experience was that? From what I've seen, like from the social media, those shows went like super well there.
Yeah, I was surprised because of course I couldn't compare, I didn't know what to expect compared to the shows when we played with the band in Latin America, and then suddenly there was like an example in Chile, we had like 800 people. They were like totally crazy, and also in other countries, the feedback was awesome, and people knew all the songs that we played, and they were singing along, and that was like, wow, is this a band or is it acoustic stuff we are doing? And it went well, and now they already asked, the promoter asked if we could give them like second like free period to do another duo tour, but I can't tell yet because now next thing is gonna be working with Stratovarius, and then Jani has his projects and so on. So, but that was fantastic actually.
So how different it is actually to perform as a duo compared to playing with Stratovarius, or are there actually like any differences?
A lot, because in a band you have like 5 guys, a lot of noise coming from the stage. Yeah. And then when we go as a duo, it's only like 2 guys, 1 guitar and 2 vocals and nothing else. And the first rows are sometimes they were like within the reach, like just there. And then basically you hear everything and what the people are talking, and if they are asking us for some songs, then we can communicate. Yeah. And it's totally different. In a way, it's more relaxing, but then again, it's like more. On the other hand, it's more demanding, because we always make a lot of fuck ups, and that's part of the show, as we say, ha ha ha. So it's like it's very you're kind of naked on the stage, It's like, but that's the way it is, It's like there's not so much, instruments, so it's like a lot of free space to fill. And but then again, it's also that you shouldn't, at least we are not trying to fill all the empty caps, but we just let those acoustic songs to breathe. But it's, on the other hand, it's also like when we are playing acoustic songs, then the melodies, they come on the surface. It's like if the melody in the song is good, then you can play it acoustically much easier, instead of it's like complicated like rhythm-wise song, then it's very difficult to make it as an acoustic version.
I was actually going to ask that, do you feel that every Stratovarius song turns into acoustic song?
Not everything, but most of the songs we can play acoustically. I think one of the biggest surprises when it comes to Stratovarius songs that we played as an acoustic version was an old song called Season of Change, because it's like massive and epic semi-progressive song, and we managed to do an acoustic version out of that, and it turned out to be a beautiful song. And then again, of course, we've been playing also some more kind of a simple but faster songs like Speed of Light, but then when you make an acoustic version of that kind of a song, it's like sort of flat in a way. There's not much going on, but luckily we've done quite many albums with Stratovarius, so there's a lot of songs to choose from.
So do you actually feel that you learned a lot while doing this, turning like more bigger songs into more like stripped down songs?
Definitely, and not only as a composer, but especially in my case as a singer. I think these acoustic shows, they brought a lot of new colors to my voice, and it's like, because they're different approach, even though the songs are same, but then the versions are like completely different very often. But it's also funny, because 2 days ago we played actually 2 shows in Tampere with both Matias Kupiainen and Jani Liimatainen. Yeah. And then we had those acoustic versions, and some of the songs, they had a solo part, but when we play as a duo, there's no solos. So now, in a couple of hours, I'm gonna hit the stage with Stratovarius, the same songs, and let's see what my mind will tell me if there's gonna be a solo part, because it really fucks you up, because even though the versions are different, and you know that you're playing acoustic show, or tonight, in this case, a band show, but then my mind is, sometimes it's telling me that, okay, there's no solo, or then on the other hand, okay, now there's a solo part, and then there's nothing. Because it's difficult to tell, but it's like you learn something, and then it's like a different environment, and then you're like, what's gonna happen? But we'll see, it's gonna be fun.
So as you said, you will be hitting the stage like in a couple of hours here at John Smith. So how much are you actually looking forward to hitting on the stage once again with the full band? I'm actually looking forward to it, especially since I remember we played here, I think 2 years ago, the first time, and it was a big surprise. There was like a lot of people, and it was a nice evening. It looks a bit similar like now. It's sold out actually.
Yeah, I heard, which is fantastic. And there's a lot of nice bands, but of course I came so late because we play so late, so I didn't see any of the bands today. So that's a pity. And since I think we are one of the last bands on the festival, there's probably 1 or 2 more after us, I think. So looks like I'm not gonna see any other bands playing. But like I said last time, 2 years ago, it was one of our best shows in Finland. So I hope tonight it's gonna be fantastic as well.
Okay. So as you said earlier on in the interview, you have been in the studio working with some new material for Stratovarius. So what's actually the situation with that at the moment?
Well, the situation is quite good. My parts are done, and I'm not gonna sing anything for that album. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of a it's gonna be called Intermission Part 2, and then maybe there's a subtitle, which I don't know yet.
Yeah.
But the record label was asking that maybe, because we've been a little bit lazy or we've been busy, depends how you see it, but it's like we haven't been able to do the full album. And we have this tour coming up in October with Tarja, so they were asking, could you please do something? And then I think Jens promised them, okay, we can do this special album. And it is a special. There's 3 completely new songs, and then there's 4 songs as an acoustic orchestra version, but the guys are playing for like acoustic instruments and so on. And then I'm not sure if the label wanna put on it some live material. We have some plenty of stuff, but it sounds, at least the 3 songs that I heard that are already mixed, they sound very nice. So that's the plan.
So where did you actually come up with the title? Obviously you released the first part of it in 2001, so it's like 17 years ago.
Oh, it's that long ago. Okay, then
yeah, it actually is. Time flies.
All right, and we are not getting any younger. Yeah, that's right. I didn't even, remember when the first one was released. So I think in that case, if it was 17 years ago, then it's about time to release another intermission.
Yeah. So as you already mentioned, you will be heading to Europe with Tarja Turunen in October. So what kind of like expectations you have towards that?
Well, I think it's going to be a nice package. There's also the third band, which of course right now I don't remember the name, but I'm looking forward to that. It's 1 month in Europe, and I know Tarja as a person. She's very good singer and nice person, so it's going to be probably a good package. I think we both I'm gonna play like 75 minutes or something. So it's gonna be, what is it, like almost 3 hours of music. So.
Have you ever thought of like doing something together?
Yeah, I was actually singing some charity song at the end of the last year. That Tarja released, and we talked about it that maybe we should ask her to make a duet for our next album. But for this album, we didn't have the songs, to make the duet. But it might be nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in the end, a bit about the future in general. What will happen after that tour? Do you plan on continuing writing new music, or what kind of like actual plans do you have?
Well, the plan is actually start composing. Well, we have already some songs which are not on this album, but some ideas. So I think the plan is at least for Matias and I that we're gonna start composing probably within 2 weeks or 1 week. Maybe he's already composing in his hotel room, I don't know. But the plan is that we are composing because it takes some time, and hopefully I'm hoping that by the end of the year we would have the songs ready, but then can we start recording this year or early next year? That's still open, but the new album has to be out next year. And we are planning that it might take 3 months or 4 months, it depends for the whole process, so that might be from January to end of February. And then maybe if we are lucky we can put out 1 new song before the summer and do summer festivals, and then hopefully album out next autumn in 1 year, not this autumn, but that's the plan. It takes time. It's much more difficult the more albums you've done. It's just, I don't know, it's just more complicated, takes more time and so on. But
so you did those shows with like Vision's album that you played the album through. Did that anyhow like influence you music-wise to revisit any of the old days, or?
I like the old material as well. Of course, I like the new one as well. But it was a nice experience. And we also played episode album.
Yeah.
But now we don't have any plans to play any of the newer albums, even though, of course, I think this year it's 20 years since the release of Destiny, isn't it? I think so.
Probably, yeah, you're right.
Could be.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's almost every year a new album 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But we don't have any plans like this.
Does that actually feel weird?
Or
do you feel old because of that? Somebody says you need it. Yeah, it's 20 years from this, and you're like, really?
Yeah, that happens very often. It's like, when did I meet this guy first? It was 25 years ago when you played the first show. Okay. Yeah, but then when I see like these guys from 2 weeks ago, we were playing in Barcelona.
Yeah.
And then we stayed, a couple of the guys, we stayed there like one extra day to see Scorpions and Kiss and so on. So then when I saw Scorpions playing live, they were like very good, even though I'm not the biggest fan, but I have to say that they played so well.
They are still at the top of their game.
And they are, I don't know, 70 or something, so I wish I could be able to do this for the next 20 years, but let's see.
Okay, so hey, thank you, Timo, a lot for the interview, and all the best for the future. Anything you want to say as last words to all the fans watching this?
Yes, all I need to say is rock the metal!